You're under arrest.
Okay. Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir? Why am I under arrest, sir?
CNN reporter Omar Jimenez and his crew were arrested live on air while covering the protests in Minneapolis. So I'm going to show you the arrest, the video of it. I'm also going to show you what the reporter said after he got out. And I'm also going to discuss CNN's reaction that gives you a window into their awareness of what the police force is about. But first, here's the arrest.
We are live on the air at the moment. This is the four of us. We are one team. Just put us back where you want us. We are getting out of your way, so just let us know. Wherever you'd want us, we will go. We are just getting out of your way when you were advancing through the intersection. So just let us know, and we got you. And this is a scene here playing out in Minneapolis. This is part of the advanced police presence that we saw come over the course of really minutes when the local police showed up at the fire department, or with the fire department, I should say, on that building we showed you that was burning. This is among the State Patrol unit that was advancing up the street, saying and scattering the protesters at that point for people to clear the area. And so we walked away. I'm sorry?
You're under arrest.
Okay. Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir? Why am I under arrest, sir?
Officer's with CNN and he's on the air right now.
Okay.
You are arresting him live on CNN. We told you before that we are with CNN.
If you're just tuning in, you are watching our correspondent, Omar Jimenez, being arrested by state police in Minnesota. We're not sure why our correspondent is being arrested.
Hang on one second, Allison. Let's listen into what these officers are saying. That is an American television reporter, Omar Jimenez, being led away by police officers. He clearly identified himself as a reporter.
I believe they're about to, we're all about to be arrested. That's our producer.
Our CNN producer is being...
I'm probably going to be taken in a minute.
Our CNN camera crew and our producer are being arrested right now on live television in handcuffs.
I've never seen anything like this.
Why, guys?
Lionel, our photographer, who still has communications with us, told us they had been arrested because they were told to move and didn't. If you were watching, you can see our team was very respectful to the law enforcement presence as it moved through the area.
So you see there, at the beginning of the video, the CNN reporter to officers, he says, wherever you want us, we will go. Being completely open, transparent, being kind, being respectful, and instead they get arrested. And then afterwards they're told they were arrested for not moving when they were asked to move, which clearly is a lie. And this is on national television. This is happening live. And they just straight up lied about what happened, even though they knew they were on camera, on television, live. I mean, if this doesn't show you how often cops lie, I'm not sure what else does. If they're willing to lie live on television, they're going to lie in every other case. In any case, in any way that they can protect themselves, they're going to lie. Now, another CNN reporter on the other side of the city, Josh Campbell, a white reporter, was not arrested. So I don't know if race has anything to do with this arrest, but considering it's the police force, it likely does. Now, the Minnesota police also completely exposed themselves with this tweet here, tweeting this out after this arrest, saying, in the course of clearing the streets and restoring order at Lake Street and Snelling Avenue, 4 people were arrested by State Patrol troopers, including 3 members of a CNN crew. The 3 were released once they were confirmed to be members of the media. Which is complete crap, because you saw live on air, they were showing that they were members of the media over and over again. They were identifying themselves with their credentials as members of CNN. And still, they got arrested. Again, showing you just the layers of this lie. Now, in fact, there's more layers. We're going to get to even more layers of lies here. They were eventually released. So the crew was eventually released. And now listen to the explanation from Omar Jimenez himself when he was on CNN discussing the arrest.
I was actually talking to the officer that was leading me away. I was like, hey, man, we're going to be out here for the next few days. What is the guidance of where we should be? If you don't want us that close, where should we be? Because we were under the impression that that was okay. And he said, look, I don't know, man. I'm just following orders.
Look, I don't know, man. I'm just following orders. The kindest thing you can say about the police here, the most generous framing you can put on this, is that the police are just sheep. That's all. They just take orders. They don't bother to even question anything ever. That's all they do, take orders and respond. And you see the layers of lies here. So the first lie being that they weren't moving when they were asked to, and that's why they were arrested. A lie that we saw. The second layer of lie is that, oh, we didn't know they were CNN. We didn't know they were the media. That's the second lie. And I guess the third one here, which I guess really isn't a lie, but a window into what actually happened, is that they were just following orders. So the reality is they don't really know why they were arresting the CNN crew. They were just told to arrest them, and they arrested them. And then made up excuses to cover for the arrest. This is truly unbelievable. And now, another quick clip here. This is Alison Camerata from CNN. She described how herself and CNN there were scared during the arrest, while Omar was being arrested. Watch this.
It was a nerve-wracking moment for all of us watching. You know, Bakari Sellers just described watching it and saying that it was really emotional and heart-pumping for him because he was scared for you. And other people watching, given the backdrop of everything that's happening in Minneapolis, he was scared for you at this moment when you were being taken into custody. You know, I should also let you know that Josh Campbell, who was reporting a block or two away from you, was not taken into custody. He was treated quite politely.
All right. So what does this tell you? That the hosts at CNN, the people there in the studio, they were scared for Omar Jimenez and his crew while they were being arrested. Now, why would they be scared for him if they thought that the police were there to serve and protect? It's because they know the police are not there to serve and protect. So they were actually scared of what was going to happen to him because of how the police have reacted to other situations. I mean, it shows you CNN inherently they know that the police are not a peaceful force. Now, this is not an isolated thing. These sorts of arrests have happened before, and they've happened a lot more with independent media. Now, while in this case, I would say, I think race clearly plays a factor when you have one CNN crew not being arrested and the other one being arrested. But in the past, when it comes to independent journalists, it really doesn't matter. They get arrested regardless. So let me show you, I saw this tweet pop up. Jordan Sheridan, who's been on my show before, he tweeted out, "Terrible that CNN reporter was arrested doing his job, but when I and other independent journalists have been arrested for doing ours, me covering St. Louis police protests, it was crickets from CNN/mainstream journalists. Independent reporters without CNN ID have been targeted for years." So this is what he's referring to here. The only, as far as I could see, the only place that actually covered this, U.S. Press Freedom Tracker, the Young Turks reporter Jordan Sheridan arrested in St. Louis. And that was back in 2017. And that wasn't picked up by CNN, wasn't picked up by MSNBC, Fox News, ABC, CBS. Nobody picked that story up. But this happens a lot with independent media because they don't have the platform that CNN does. So if CNN gets arrested, you're going to see coverage of it. And again, you should see coverage of it. It's wrong. But they should also be paying attention to an independent media journalist get arrested. But with that said, clearly in this case, what happened was disgusting. And it completely exposes the police force there for what they are.